in my life. It makes me walk different. It makes me talk different. It makes me consider there's something moving in the atmosphere that you and I yet don't see and always understand. But we do see it because we think because our natural eyes don't recognize it, that the Spirit is real. We know it's real because we live. Something is keeping me alive. Something is speaking to my mind. Something is inspiring me to move on and keep marching up the King's Highway. There are times when we do sing that it feels like that you can do something different. And I know this world has a lot to offer.
Talk about the truth.
The Bible said the world has so much to offer, but so little to give, but it has a lot to offer. And I know we could have been 1,001 places other than walking through the doors of this place. But I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I walked through the door.
I'm so glad. Yes, God. Thank you.
Because I'm not just here because it's out of habit or it's out of repetition or I couldn't find nothing to do. But I walked in with a made-up mind. I came in with my mind on the promise. It is a promise that you and I are sustaining ourselves on. And the promise that we were told through a teacher, through a prophet, that if we keep God's commandments, Deuteronomy reminds us, if we just obey and do what is required of us, which is not so hard. The Bible said to worship God with all thy heart, thy mind, and thy soul. And then it says to love thy neighbor as thyself. These are not two commandments that are not hard to fulfill, but somehow, some way we make it difficult. To love one another sometimes is difficult. To trust one another is sometimes difficult. To help somebody is sometimes difficult. And we say when we worship God, there's praising, there's salutations, there's many things we can say, but worshiping God is the key word, work. We work every day to be better. We work every day to be a light. We work every day to not offend or to hurt nobody, that somebody can know there's hope. The greatest gift we can give to somebody is the gift of hope, of the potential that there is a better day to come. That today doesn't always have to remain the same. Your pain is not permanent. Your disappointment don't last forever. Your sorrow does not have to be yours. But I want to talk about the joy of I am. Sometimes I heard so many people say, as I heard Queen Rachel say, sometimes all we talk about is God bringing us through. God got to take us through. Every week we hear to keep bringing you through. Well, one day we got to just think about the joy of God. Can we just celebrate how good I am is? And I am is so good because even if I'm not getting my blessing, I know somebody is being blessed. I heard the prophet say on one of the tapes, he said, you have to wait your number. We have to understand, we go to the marketplace, we go to social services, and we go to all kinds of different offices, and they tell you to take a number. And sometimes you get the number, you look at it, they may be on number 5, and you got number 78. So that's going to be a wait. depending on how fast they move or how slow they move, you go somewhere and prepare your mind and you sit and wait on your number. That's why the Bible says, stand still and see the salvation of your God. Sometimes you just got to wait. It's not my system. I would love it to be instamatic every time. I would love it to be automatic every time. I love it to be like a twinkling of an eye. Though God can do it in the twinkling of an eye, doesn't mean that he won't. He will do it in the twinkling of an eye. I heard Rachel often say the delay. Don't look at the delay as God is not coming, because sometimes you got to wait. But while you're waiting, can you have some joy? Yeah. All right. And the joy is that I got a ticket. Oh, y'all missed that? Yeah. The joy is I got a number. The Bible says it's good to be in the number. It's good to be called. It said many are called and few are chosen. It's good just to be chosen to know that you're waiting on your number. And sometimes you go and grab your number, you don't have but two people in front of you. And that's just as exciting as it's saying. But today, there's a joy. And I am that I am God. The joy is not hard to find. The joy is just sometimes thinking on the goodness. There's so much good that our God has done. And when you think about all the good things that God has done, or that I am has done in our life, it's a praise time just to say thank you. Thank I am that I am God, because when I look at my life, and I don't have to look at your life, but I am inspired by your life. And I hope that you're inspired by mine. But I just look at my own life. And I see what I am has done. It didn't have to do it, but it did, and it did, and it did, and it do it over and over again. The joy of the I am. There is an unspeakable joy. There's a joy that only you can experience for yourself. Paul said, I make myself happy. You have to make yourself happy, because sure we are to inspire each other, and sure we should make each other happy, and we need to laugh. You know, there's a joy in laughter. Oh yeah, there's a joy to laugh. There's a joy sometimes to laugh at yourself. It's just a joy in just being alive. But I know sometimes we are disappointed, but I don't want to talk about disappointment today. I don't want to talk about the trial. I don't want to talk about the tribulation. I don't want to talk about the burden. I want to talk about the joy that I'm witnessing in my God. So today, this morning, as we meditate upon the joy, the Bible said, think on these things. See, it's what you think on that truly has us in the place that we should be. And see, what is the thing that make you excited? I think of a lot of things that can make me excited. But I think about one joy, and I'm going to help you this morning. You say, well, priest, I can't find my joy. I can't find my peace. I can't find my happiness. And so what you have to consider is that everything in life, everything in life that God has given us, there's a joy. There's another one of my babies. Every time, no matter what child comes, put a pacifier, every baby got to talk when the priest talk. But I guess that's just the joy of it. Every one of them. Amen. But I thank God today for just that, the joy of God. So what I will say today is that every time you rise, you have to think of the thing that is exciting about you. You know, when we get up in the morning, we take time to select what we're going to wear. We take time to look at how we're going to present ourselves. Now, the things that we do, they may have some days you get up and you may not feel so inspired to put on some of your best. You may just want to grab the first thing you see and just roll out. But the thing that you have to remember, even if you grab what you just want to have for the day, or you grabbing what you want to be inspired by to wear, you have to understand that as you make preparations to present yourself to your brothers and sisters, to your job, to the day that's before you, then there's a preparation of picking up your joy that you need to take with you. You know, you leave out the house every morning, you make sure you got your keys, you got your personals, whatever, to prepare for the day. But what I want you all to do is try to find the joy of the day. And how do you find the joy? Priest, how do you find it? Well, see, you see, sometimes we put something before the joy. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people cannot find a reason or a good reason to rise and see the day. Some people rise with the burden of yesterday on their mind, or the trials that's been presented to them during the week, or the trial they think is waiting on the day. But here's the key. Here's the blessing, and here's the key. Here's the blessing, and here's the key. Without you being able to rise, like I said Friday, without you being able to rise with the spirit that God has given us, that is life. See, I've learned to turn everything around and realize that if it wasn't for my life, see, we say, thank God for my life. We say, thank God for long life and good health. We thank God for waking me up early in my early this morning, close my right mind. But let me tell you, it's so more powerful than that, because without that, it's like somebody bring you a brand new car, but it don't work. So what difference does it make? You got the car, but it don't work. Now, if they bring you the car and it works, or like Rachel said, don't have the key or the battery is not there, then you know that's the fullness of the vehicle. See, we look at the object of the thing, but we don't look at the source of the thing. You understand? Because without life, none of this even matters anyway. So when I know I got up, it's like a self-check. Everybody need to do a self-check in the morning. See, when you get up and start saying, "Oh, I got to go to the job," that's an object. That's a matter. You know, we say man over matter. You say, "I got to go out here in my car, got to take it." That's a matter. That ain't you. That's just a matter. Everything that you project as a problem is a matter. But your mind and your strength is the greatest joy that God has given you. So when you wake up, you say, "Oh, thank you for my life," and celebrate just being alive. Just celebrate being alive. Nothing else. Listen, celebrate just being alive, because you know why? Because I was taught in the class school of wisdom, what is today don't have to be tomorrow. That's right. So because it may look like this today, guess what? It don't have to be like that tomorrow. So that's the joy I got. Joy, yeah, Lord. Because I'm going to live to see it. If you missed that, I'm going to live to see the transformation. So therefore, I got to keep living, and I got to keep being excited about my life. So if I were you, I'd get up in the morning and find your theme. Sometimes you got to find your theme song.
You better say it now.
You got to get up and find your theme song for the day. And get up, put your music on, and say today is the day that I'm going to do this and that. And if I don't get accomplished today, guess what? If I wake up, got another day. If I don't get accomplished that day and I wake up, man, I got another day. And that's what makes me excited, because guess what? I got another day to try to make it better than I did on yesterday. That's the joy of living. That's all we can ever be joyful about. All right. As I heard someone say, the money may not be there, but the joy of living that I'm going to get some more money is what makes me excited. The house that I live in may not be, but the joy of me being able to get another one is another joy. See, you got to find joy in the source. The joy is in the source. The joy is in the source. The joy is not what the source brings forth.
Right.
Because if you only have joy in the things that bring forth, then guess what? You're going to always need something to come forth.
Yeah.
But if you get the joy, then I know I'm tapped in. See, I'm tapped in, princess. I'm tapped in. And as long as you and I stay tapped in, then that's the joy. It's almost like knowing you on the winning team.
Right.
You already know you got victory on your side. And see, here's the teaching. I'm out your way. See, this is what I've learned along God's spiritual journey He's taken me. See, we teach that it's a mind way. Because no matter what, we have to harmony and shift our mind to the way we need to go.
Right.
And if we don't harmony and shift our mind to the way we need to go, then we may not be in the right mind when it's time to go. Or we may not be in the mind to go. And so therefore, what depression is, depression, some say it's a chemical imbalance, but depression is the mind in turning on itself. And what you do is you start picking up thoughts, your own thoughts, and they work against you. The thoughts talk against you. You're not beautiful. You're not strong. You don't, and you can't never do nothing right. This is your thoughts. Ain't nobody saying this is you. Don't nobody care for you. This is your thoughts. Internal thoughts working against you. When you have to understand your mind got power over what? All unclean spirits, that means thoughts. Any thought that goes against you is not for you. So then you have to transform the thoughts and say, I am blessed. I am healed. I am delivered from who? My own self.
Lord.
Not from somebody else. Not from what somebody else thinks. It's what I think. There's a scarce of a nation upon this earth that has a high opinion of who themselves and think as much of themselves. Think as much of themselves. So as you think of yourself, then you have to think yourself out of things that what cause you to what? Think against yourself. So that's why you got to get up excited. No one can make you happy getting up. Sure, the whole family can get up playing the marching band. They can be marching. Okay, you rose. You got up this morning. Praise God. Hallelujah. You out the bed. Look at you. You going to the bathroom. Oh, look at that shower. Look at you. Doesn't feel good. And if you don't feel it, you won't feel it.
All right. Say that.
Because you got to find the joy
Your joy.
of living. That's all it is. And that's why some people take life. Look, I'm done. That's why some people take life as a bundle of joy. You may find people always laughing and giddy. You may find some people always excited. You may find some people so optimistic about life. You know why? They have tapped into something. Princess, tap into this. Always see how it's easier to see. Well, let me say it. It's obvious for what you see. Because if you got eyes, but Jesus said you have eyes that can't see, so we know you can see and still not see. But it's obvious in what you see. So we don't teach you not to see what is. But then there's a thing of some people always try to see or have a problem in dealing with what they see. They always try to make it worse than what it is. You know, they can see the same thing and say, oh, how bad it is. And you get comfortable in that. See, because you become the master of what it is, the problem. You become a master of the difficulties. You become a master of how sorrow, because it's a familiar spirit. You've been dwelling in it so long, and it is rewarded. Believe it or not, it's rewarded. People who always... it was a cartoon. I forget what it was. It was one of them old cartoons, and I forget what it was. But I remember the character you saw say, "They'll never make it." You know, no matter what the cartoon was, this character will always be, he always sing doom and gloom. I forget what character it was, but anyway, it just came to me as I was teaching. But somebody's going to always see the doom. And you don't want to be a doomsday prophet or prophetess.
All right now.
Unless God commissioned you to go prophesy that to somebody or a nation. But what you got to see is the joy. And what life does is make you see, as we often say, the brighter day that's ahead. So today, God's people, I want you to celebrate the joy. It's a joy. It's a joy of living. That's all I'm going to leave you with. I'm not going to tell you that things are not what they are. I'm telling you to see the joy, because that's your source. So when you get up or you feeling like you feeling out of place, shake yourself. Say, no, I can't do this. Shake yourself. Say, this ain't the right mind. Shake yourself. And say that I got to live and keep living, because that's all we have. What is the other option? There's no other option. I mean, you may think it's a lot of options. So you say, I'm going to start drinking. You're going to be drinking and still living. You say, well, I'm going to start doing drugs. Well, you're still living, but you're just doing drugs. You say, well, I'm just going to stay home. Well, you stay at home, but you're still living. See what I'm saying? The life that you give, don't stop. Then you say, well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to end it all. And guess what? If you end it all, you're still going to be living. Because the spirit never dies. You understand? The spirit never dies. The body goes back to where God made it, but the spirit never dies. So today, don't let yourself be pulled into things that make you stop living. And that's what it's about. You know, when you really look at what life is really about, it's all it's about is living. And so today, what life do you want to live? And you can be the architect of your life. Coptic Nation Temple, you are the architect of your life. Amen. You can design it however way you want. Provided, as I said on Friday, are you willing to do what it takes to fulfill that portion of your life? You can sit here all day. We don't teach wishful thinking. You can say, I want a house, I want a mansion, I want people, butlers, I want people to take care. You can have all those things. But the question continues to ask itself over and over. Are you willing? Are you disciplined? Are you going to make the sacrifice for that reality? And then are you going to do the preparation, which is longer than the event? What does it take for you to have a mansion? Well, we know it takes money. Well, then how much money does it take? And then how are you going to make the money? Are you going to position yourself to make that kind of money? Or are you going to settle for the money that you have? No one has to settle for the money that they make. Not a soul in here. There's no cap on you. No one said you had to make $30,000 for the rest of your life. You capped yourself out. I'm talking to somebody. All right, go ahead, please. You have to say in yourself where you want to be, and then start the journey. And let me tell you about the joy of the journey. The joy of the journey is a blessing, because guess what? You'll never know until you go. You'll never know until you go. And when you go, then you know. And so go. Go and see what it holds for you. Don't sit back and wonder what it looked like to be in a certain profession. Go and see. Go. And then once you go, then now you can say. But don't sit back and say, well, it ain't going to be, and you ain't go. So today, God's people, stay strong. Having smiled upon you today, I'm excited about being alive. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of things. Amen. I'm going to close up, and God bless you, and heaven smile upon you.